patiently, but it's finally time. Let's go straight into the game. And it seems like the game has already begun. Oops, a flame shot out of nowhere.
That is a flame shot, and there you go EVOS, like you said. The cheese might just come in. Immediate eject onto E1, and EVOS Singapore wants to go for the early first blood, and there we go, first blood going over Pokemon.
They have to be so careful because Bruno, again, his level 1 is so strong. He's got a decent amount of damage as well as range in his base kit. The rest of Todak, on the other hand, Alice has gone to the sideline. They're using Carmilla as the support this time, which to me is kind of weird. I would have preferred to see Nanas onto the side lane rather than Alice, but you know, it's a give or take, honestly.
Yeah, and I guess this is where EVOS SG wants to take the draft with that Jawhead. Make sure that you stick that Jawhead with the Bruno, alongside the Bruno, and you just feed kills to this carry, and eventually just roll over Todak with that superior damage. But Todak is gonna look to do the same. E1 just wanting to force Soul out of the lane and just give a bit of space. But again, Jawhead getting another kill on that Alice, this time on the invade on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, so far this Jawhead pick seems to be just catching everybody off. Of course, JPL is the one playing it.
Yeah.
Used to be, you know, used to play Cho all the time, looking for those plays. Nothing has changed too much. He is still looking to make plays. Boots being bought on, Tritu Boots being bought on, Odir Bambi now. Everybody's starting to get it, but Soul now, again, for the team, he has to tank this.
Yeah, and he's just going to buy as much time as he can. He's not even going to die from this E1, though, not in a good spot. Soul will try to chase this Grok, not securing the kill, but Jawhead is here, JPL, here we go, going for E1, and he would just blast him down with those barrage of rockets.
Smart missiles activating, so effective. And again, JPL is still being the core player for this entirety of the team. He's making the plays. He's setting it up right now. And now Pokemon, as well as Lun this time round, they have to play a much slower game. But right now, Pokemon just doesn't care. He just, again, another catch coming in from JPL.
And this is, I would say, even though it's only 2.5 minutes in, it's already catastrophic for Todak because they lost as enough flicker. JPL not getting the eject on Moon. But you lost that tier 1 bot in under 2 minutes. And EVOS SG, we talk about how they want to play fast. Previously, right before the game starts, I mentioned maybe Todak has a better post 4, but if you open up the map in this manner, then it doesn't really matter because Alice needs time, Kimi needs time, but EVOS SG is not giving them that.
Yeah, and I think right now EVOS is looking really good. JPL is just playing out of his mind. He's getting away with too much, and I didn't expect Todak not to consider the cheese coming in from JPL. They should always be aware, always know where he is, because he's the only one who can really make a play from the side of EVOS SG.
And if you're playing a team composition that has to be synergizing with one another, EVOS SG style is probably the best way to deal with what Todak has up their sleeves, because this is just pure chaos. EVOS are just running around the map and making sure that they protect every single territory that they have.
Yeah, and it's pre-5. They already have 2 turrets under their belt. Now, Todak has to make a decision. They've lost a lot of pressure because they're losing their tier 1s of both top and bottom. So now the question becomes, okay, where can we set up a fight? Do we have to wait for the next turtle before they're all in one place? But it looks like this might be their chance right here. Red buff is being taken by Chiku as of right now. Tier 1 is still up for the side of Todak. They cleared out their wave. They didn't want to engage that.
Yeah, the only thing they can do right now is just constantly push the wave back, because if they lose that tier 1 mid, the whole map will be open for JPL. He's taking control in such a dominating manner.
Like, look at that. He shouldn't be able to do this. Like, why is JPL able to run around into their topside jungle? Someone needs to punish him. X-Ray goes in with a very big ultimate. Instantly goes down with the ejector, but the rest of the team has already been hit by Carmela's ult. They're coming in. Granger, big ultimate, cutting them one by one. Tries the rondo out of there, but isn't able to save enough. Remember, Soul, Chiku, I'm sorry, but you're not going to make it out of this one. Soul's got you with those Fulton sights.
Yeah, less than 5 minutes. An immediate wipeout for EVOS SG. Time Journey, the game changer in that fight. It looked like Todak had a chance in that, but EVOS SG was just a cut above in terms of the lead that they have. And now with that tier 1 down in the middle lane, tier 2 managing to be protected for now, but Todak, they are sweating.
Yeah, I mean, right now, EVOS has gotten away with so much. They've developed a 6K goal lead. 4 minutes into the game, going into 5 to a 1 in 10 lead. This is an absolute destruction coming in from EVOS SG. They are making sure Todak knows their place.
Yeah, and Bruno now 3-0 with the cores on Todak. They are not getting anything. Nerna's Carmilla playing the support role, but is the only person with a kill, so you are not generating that income for your core that desperately needs it. So called out by that wild charge from E1, but doesn't really care at this point. EVOS SG forcing the flicker away from that Grok.
Yeah, the question is, do they want to engage again? He has his ultimate in Lun. He is a very, very control player. He knows exactly when he needs to pop that ultimate, and he's been consistent overall, making sure that his team is safe, landing those auto alarm bombs, and kind of scouting out areas so that JPL can kind of walk there later because of those auto alarm bombs sitting in rushes.
Yeah, and I think also one of the factors that EVOS SG has considered with their draft, even though it felt like they changed it halfway through, is that they know Todak almost always go for the team fight composition, so they want to pull this front battle line apart when you're relying so much on that Grok standing there with the team. You can just split the map apart. Also, wherever the Grok is not at, that is your goal sign for EVOS SG.
Yeah, and it really helped because of that early start as well. Oh no, Grok's in trouble. He takes a huge chunk of damage. He has to go recall back into the base and heal up, which means he's got about 5 seconds, maybe even 6 seconds windows of opportunity for EVOS. Tier 3s are a little tough. Not gonna make any big plays yet.
Yeah, and thank God the changes to that tier 3 turret was made. A few months ago, that would have been broken.
I don't know. I feel like they don't have enough items to like break it just yet with how much pressure EVOS is putting out. Todak is kind of like very okay in this position. However, it is a 10k goal lead in favor of EVOS, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I think if we tell people that these two teams are the finalists of MPL Season 4, maybe EVOS actually now are feeling really confident that even with a new lineup, they're showing Todak that they are still the bosses, but of course, the opening game is what sets the pace for the rest of the best of 3, and EVOS actually are feeling really good about themselves.
Helm just being bought by Nanas here. Even though he's on Carmilla, he's not looking to build damage. He's looking to sustain and take as many, absorb as many.
JPL.
Oh, JPL. Right in the middle of things. Time Journey already put it back on. Salt doesn't have the revenge anymore. He can't exactly tank as much damage as he'd like to. Ult is already pulled off, but they do break that tier 3.
Yeah, and that is just such a smart play from EVOS actually. They sent JPL in. Lun was there, ready with the time journey. All they needed to do was to send JPL to frontline, soak up all the damage, and get that tier 3 and get the heck out of there. So now EVOS SG have total control over almost the entire map, I would say, and they will get the second turtle for Pokemon as well.
Yeah, and I think at this point, Todak is basically they're forced to just sit in base. If they go, if EVOS goes for Turtle or Lord, they either semi-contest it, hover around it, and take whatever jungle farm they can, because honestly, they can't take EVOS on at any point in the game. They're full item ahead, maybe even 1.5 items ahead as well.
Yeah, you can't contest when you have JPL running around, and then you have Soul, who is so strong at this point where there's no point trying to gang up against this Damus. So EVOS SG, I think they can just go for the crystal, just draw that first blood immediately onto Todak. Less than 10 minutes in, Todak, they have to force the fight.
Nanas with the ult, he didn't land the ult, and now the rest of the team is going straight in. Time Journey has been popped up, but they can't win this fight anymore. Todak has to pull away, as now EVOS SG takes full control of this game. Pokemon going absolutely wild. Don't meet this guy in the brush because, this encounter ain't gonna go well.
Yeah, even a Master Ball won't be able to contain this monster in EVOS SG. They're just going to work on their objective, go for what matters, and they'll take game 1, 8.5 minutes in.
Honestly, that was a very clean game coming out for EVOS. They punished very big mistakes. A lot of disrespect coming in from Todak, honestly, especially with the catch